As 2020 comes to a close, there are high hopes for next season. From new coasters to returning to amusement parks, there's so much to look forward to. But looking back at this year, it was not the best. Saying that, I was lucky enough to get a good amount of new coaster credits this year. This video is going to be ranking my top 10 newest coaster credits of 2020. Let's get into it. Throughout 2020, I was able to visit some new parks that I have never been to, along with revisiting my home park. These parks include Busch Gardens Tampa, SeaWorld Orlando, Fun Spot Kissimmee, Mount Olympus, and of course, Kings Island. These parks have some amazing coasters that fit into my top coasters of all time, and some not so good coasters that won't even crack this list, with some sprinkled in between. So to kick off the list with number 10, there's Hades 360 at Mount Olympus theme park. Hades was my very first coaster ridden this year. This fits in at the bottom of the list mainly due to the roughness of the ride. It was almost to the point of no return, even after some of the track being redone. It got the spot over Mindblower at Fun Spot Kissimmee. Both coasters feature an inversion and are both made out of wood. Hades' layout is really strong compared to it, especially the tunnel and first drop out of the station. There were also really good moments of airtime during the ride, which made the roughness a bit more bearable. So that's why it's able to fit in at the bottom of this list. Coming in at number 9 is Tigris at Busch Gardens Tampa. This is another rough coaster, not because of the track, but because of those stupid comfort collars. Other than that, it's a pretty fun ride, excluding those whiplash moments that can be felt when rising vertically. Again though, this is mainly due to those comfort collars. It beats Hades 360 because even though the ride is not the most comfortable, it is way more bearable and I found it a bit more thrilling. Tigris features a multi-pass launch that gets the trains to a max speed of 62 miles per hour and has a stunning Heartline roll. For those that don't know, I'm a huge fan of hang time, which is really felt on that roll. It's not able to go any higher on the list due to the uncomfortableness and the duration though. My number 8 spot is SheiKra, the dive coaster at Busch Gardens Tampa. This is the first of many B&Ms on the list. My main problem with this ride is duration. It feels like a very short ride. The dives are fun and the splashdown is very cool, but the final helix is a bit rough. To its credit, it was the first ever dive coaster in America, so it's natural to be lacking compared to other dive coasters. SheiKra is the tallest operating coaster in the park, standing at 200 feet tall, and has the max speed of 70 miles per hour. Yet it will go no further than spot 8. Altogether, it's a solid coaster. At number 7 comes Kraken, the B&M floorless coaster at SeaWorld Orlando. This coaster is a good overall coaster. It has good intensity, a good amount of inversions with 7, and a good duration at 2 minutes. This coaster could be higher, but the entrance has such good quality theming, and the actual ride area is just a concrete pad with unthemed buildings. Maybe even some basic planting would give this ride a boost. I mean, come on, everyone hates on parking lot coasters for having a lack of effort put into the coaster. I'm applying the same concept here, and for that, it gets put at number 7. Coming in right above Kraken, in number 6 is another B&M coaster, a hypercoaster by the name of Mako at SeaWorld Orlando. This is another pretty good coaster. I may be on the minority here, but I was not impressed by this coaster. Many say that Mako is one of the best B&M hypers out there, and I disagree with that. It has some okay airtime, which I really look forward to on hypercoasters, and a sluggish ending. So why does it get placed above Kraken? Well, the effort put into Mako is a lot more apparent. The coaster is not built on a boring plot of land, and there seemed to be a lot more effort put into the area. That's the real game changer for me. If it weren't for that, Kraken would definitely be in this spot. So a good but not great ride gets placed near the middle of the list. At the halfway point, I had the first and only Intamin coaster to get into the list, and that's Cheetah Hunt coming in at number 5. This is another coaster that I was a little disappointed in. I had heard a lot of great things going on in this coaster, but misunderstood why. Now I know that it's a thrilling family coaster. Understanding this gave me a different view on the coaster. I also got a night ride since I last rode it, which did improve its ranking. If you can, I would suggest getting a night ride on the coaster. Cheetah Hunt has some great launches and little pops of airtime, but some sections felt a little slower. Altogether, this is a solid and fun coaster that makes the top 5 on this list. Now inside the top 5, the rest of the coasters on the list are B&Ms. Coming in at number 4, I have Kumba, the B&M sit-down coaster at Busch Gardens Tampa. In my review, I described this coaster as a monster. It still holds true to this now. It's just a relentless coaster. Kumba has 7 inversions and almost 4,000 feet of track. So why is it not higher on the list? Well, some other coasters just did things better, like theming and storyline. For those that don't know, Kumba is just a ride surrounded by intense shrubbery. This creates a cool aesthetic, but it is not able to tell a good story. So a solid spot at number 4. Starting off my top 3 new coaster credits that I got in 2020, I have Orion, the newest Giga coaster that opened at Kings Island. This may surprise some people, but just like Mako, I was not that impressed by it. Yes, the retheme of X-Base into Area 72 is astonishing, and the theme for the ride is great. On top of this, it has a gorgeous nighttime lighting, but the ride experience itself was disappointing. I'm not hating on it because there are some good parts of the ride, especially that speed hill, but it felt like other Gigas I have ridden were able to deliver a more thrilling experience. Orion is the shortest of all the Gigas, not even cracking the 300-foot mark. If I'm being honest, the theming on the ride is the true factor on why it's so high on the list. I absolutely love the coaster's storyline. If this were not there, Kumba would easily have this spot. Moving on to number 2, which really may surprise you, is Manta, the B&M flying coaster at SeaWorld Orlando.
You know, and I know a lot of people out there like, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
I'm not kidding. This is one of the most out of nowhere coasters I've been on, and I like that. Again, this is my only B&M flyer credit, so I may be overhyping it. I found the theme to be good with the Manta Ray Aquarium. There are special effects with the water splashes. Manta is just a beautiful coaster, and that pretzel loop is flat out amazing. Out of all my rides on this coaster, it gave some of the best rides of the year. So for the overall package that Manta brings, it is able to get the runner-up on the list. Now for the moment you all have been waiting for, my number 1 new coaster I have ridden this year. I'm going back to Busch Gardens Tampa and getting one of the best B&M inverted coasters out there, Montu. Originally, when I rode this, I had mixed feelings. It was a good ride, but was it good enough to be one of the best, as many say it is? The trenches were very cool, which definitely add to the ride experience. But was the ride's layout the best? After rewriting a couple of times, my mind was made up on this ride. It got better and better each time, and ultimately became my favorite new credit of 2020. This just goes to show that if you are not in love with a coaster the first time, make sure to give it another chance. One last thing, I have a quick channel announcement before I end the video. This year has been a big one for the channel. In the beginning, I was under 50 subscribers, and now we're closing in on 200. It may not seem like a lot, but it certainly means a lot to me. So thank you to my subscribers and you that are watching. With that being said, this will be the last video of the year on this channel. The holidays are here, and whatever you celebrate should be centered around that, not YouTube. Therefore, my next video will be in 2021, and watch out because it's going to be a great year. Thanks again to all my subscribers for making this hard year more bearable. So that's my top 10 newest coaster credits for 2020. If you were able to get a new credit this year, what was your favorite and why? I would love to know in the comments below. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.